What a lovely winter's day, but pretty soon it's going to look like this. So let's get our electric Mini ready for whatever winter wants to throw at it. Hello YouTubes, if you're new to the channel, I'm Dave and I live in Southern Ontario, Canada, somewhere between Toronto and Niagara Falls, and we get proper winters. In fact, between January, February, the temperature will probably not rise above freezing point, so pretty cold. We have to have our cars prepared. So in this video, I'm going to give you lots of advice that I always ignored as a young driver, but hopefully you will not ignore. I have a table full of general vehicle winterization items, whether that be for an electric vehicle or an ICE vehicle, no pun intended. However, this video is mainly focused towards owners of electric Minis, so I will be covering some drivability issues we encountered last winter. The very first thing I want to talk about is, in my opinion, the most important aspect, and that will be winter tyres. If you're expecting sub-zero temperatures, snow and ice for a good 3 months of the year, then all-season tyres are not going to hack it. So we have got a full set of Bridgestone Blizzak studless. We've had these tyres before in different vehicles and absolutely love them. Really stable in the snow, nice and grippy, and they seem to last a fair amount of time. Tyres like these are amazing in the ice and snow, but in milder conditions, and especially when it's raining, they can actually feel quite unstable. So don't be tempted to leave them on any longer than is absolutely necessary into spring. And of course, check your pressures on a regular basis. We opted to have a separate set of wheels for winter tyres and for summer tyres, and we didn't get the tyre pressure sensors installed in the snow tyres. Because they're like $65 each fitted and we can't justify it, it does mean we have a bit of a warning light in the dash. So make sure you check your tyre pressure on a regular basis. Also worth mentioning, if you did get a set of winter tyres fitted, after about a week you're supposed to re-torque your lug nuts. If you don't have the tools to do this yourself, whoever fitted your new tyres will do that for you. Next up, visibility. We are talking glass and lighting, especially with reduced daylight hours we get at this time of year. This would be a good time to check for any chips or cracks in your windscreen. Get them fixed now, because when it gets really cold, those cracks are just going to get even worse. A quick check of your headlight condition and check all your bulbs are in working order. And you may as well check your tail lights and brake lights. This would be a good time to reapply some gummy pledge stiff stuff. I did a previous video on this, link up there. It's designed to prevent your glass from sticking to the rubber seal on the doors. Link below if you want to buy some of that stuff. And finally, on the subject of glass, you want to top up your washer fluid. As you can see, minus 40 degrees, just in cases. One more thing you might want to check, especially if you're in Canada, wiper blades. You might want to get specific winter wiper blades for Canada that will withstand minus 20 degrees. Moving on to some optional items that might make your life a bit easier. A set of quality rubber winter mats to prevent all that salt and slush from destroying the inside of your car. Ice scraper snow brush combo available in a multitude of colours to match your vehicle. And if you get really stuck, a snow shovel's not a bad idea, although perhaps not this one. It's kind of big, but if you can find a small one, perfect. If all else fails, a cosy blanket to keep you warm till the tow truck arrives. At the start of the video, I mentioned a couple of drivability issues. The first one is beaching. This Mini is only 7 inches off the ground. So if you encounter fresh snow of about 10 inches or more, you could be in trouble, as I found out last year. Oh, there's a big chunk of snow here. Oh no, this road hasn't been ploughed. The second issue that we discovered last year was in deep snow, the traction control in the electric Mini just completely cuts the power. At least in the gas-powered Mini, you've got some control, you can feather the gas a bit. Doesn't work like that in the electric Mini, just cuts the power completely. So to overcome that issue, you have to actually switch off traction control, and then at least you've got a little bit of control over the power going to the wheels. And finally, how does the cold weather and snow affect the range? Quite a lot, actually. We have found that the range is reduced by about a third. Considering that this Mini has only got a very short range anyway, of about 110 miles, which doesn't sound like a lot because it's not. A third reduction is quite a lot. Excuse me. Bearing in mind that the lights are on a lot more, the heater's on a lot more, you've got snow tires which drag along the ground, causing more friction. All these contribute to a reduced range. The only way to combat that is to make sure that your Mini is charged whenever possible. As soon as you get home, plug it in. If you've got a charging station at work, plug it in. It's the only way to get around it. It's not the end of the world. Remember, we didn't buy this car for long drives. It's a short commute car, and it will still do 2 commutes to work and back, even in winter, compared to summer where it will do 3. So not the end of the world, but it's definitely worth noting if you're thinking of getting an electric Mini, or if you've got one and you haven't done winter yet, that's what you're going to have to expect. Well, I think that covers everything. If you think I've missed anything, and if you've got any questions, leave it in the comments section below. Above all, drive safe this winter. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, see you in spring.